Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into an experience that was a huge step outside my usual comfort zone on motorcycle. I recently had the opportunity to attend a Suzuki Demo Day, as you know, at Iron Pony in Westerville, Ohio. If you saw my last video, you'll know this is the same location and road course where I rode the 2025 Suzuki SV650. But today, the star of the show for me was the 2025 Suzuki V-Strom 1050DE. And let me tell you, this was a momentous occasion for a few reasons. This is my first time ever riding a V-Strom, but more importantly, this is my first time ever riding an adventure bike. As you may or may not be aware, I ride a GSX-R750, so this is just a complete departure from what I'm used to. Now, the first thing that strikes you about the V-Strom 1050 is just how tall of a motorcycle this is. I'm 6'7", but sitting on it, I felt like I was the king of the freaking road. This bike has a commanding presence. The seat height on this is 34.4 inches, which is pretty freaking tall. Basically means that it's going to be a very upright riding position for me, completely different from my sport bike. It feels a little weird at first, coming from the sport bike kind of crouch position, but you quickly adapt. And as far as comfort's concerned, this bike nails it. Just sitting on it, you can tell that you can ride this bike for hours and hours and hours without fatigue. This motorcycle is clearly built for touring and adventuring. Despite its large appearance and a wet weight of about, Suzuki says, 555 pounds, I was actually surprised as to how nimble the V-Strom 1050 was. It was really easy and fun to lean this bike over in the turns, making the road course that you're seeing in the background here surprisingly enjoyable. But more than that, I felt incredibly planted, safe, and secure riding this motorcycle. There's just some kind of confidence that I felt like you could just easily ride this bike cross country. As far as the engine's concerned, you have the 1037cc, I'm reading here, liquid-cooled 90-degree V-twin engine. And again, coming from the all-reliable GSXR, my impression here was that this bike is a little underpowered. I ride a 750. This one's a 1037, but still, you know, inline 4 V-twin, there's going to be a big difference. I was, of course, used to like an immediate surge of power on demand, and the V-Strom just has a bit of a different delivery. The sound, too, for this motorcycle is kind of timid. It has like a polite little rumble to it. It's not going to announce your arrival from several blocks away. The tachometer on this thing is identical to what Suzuki's putting on their new bikes like the GSX-R, and while I notice the red line on this goes up to 12,000 RPM, the usable power is a little bit lower down. I found myself having to shift more than I thought. And now the dash shows 12K as the red line, but the peak power for this motorcycle, which is about 106 horses, is delivered at, says 8,500 RPM. So you will be oftentimes shifting well before you get to the higher level there. There's also, I noticed, a slight hesitation in throttle response or power delivery after shifting up, which is just a minor thing I noticed, but it was definitely there. Now, once we get onto the highway though and into the higher gears, this thing absolutely hauls ass. It seemed to really find its stride. I was able to easily keep up with the group this time compared to the SV650 when I was lagging behind. And I actually almost passed the guy on the GSXR 1000R. That dude even said something to me at the end about how fast I was riding this motorcycle, which was pretty fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty damn well, man. I seen you back there, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Now for the electronics, the dash itself on this is really nice. It's clean, modern, 5-inch TFT display. It's got what you need. Comes with the Intelligent Ride System from Suzuki, or the SIRS. This includes features like ride-by-wire, different Suzuki Drive Mode Selector or SDMS modes, all kinds of things. Slope-dependent control, whatever the hell that is. Hill hold control, and then, of course, cruise control. The DE model that I'm also on specifically gets a dedicated gravel mode, which I thought was pretty cool for traction control, and a switchable G mode for ABS, which is made for like off-road use. Plus you also get the 21-inch spoked front wheel, which is better suited for off-roading. But honestly, during this first ride on this road course, I didn't end up using or messing with any of those electronics. Gotta be fully transparent with you. They were there, but the ride was so straightforward and it just didn't call for those electronics this time around, which was unfortunate. Now, the windscreen on this I thought was interesting because I have a personal issue here. As I said before, I'm fairly tall, so the windscreen on this, if you're a normal size, is probably great. But for me, it seemed to be deflecting the wind directly into my chest. You're gonna hear more wind noise in this video than you probably have in my other one because of this. My helmet was picking up that wind that was smacking me in the face. This brings me to a point about value though. This is definitely a capable motorcycle, but it seems a little expensive for what you get, especially as a basic adventure bike. It's a bike geared toward long distances and adventuring, but I truly wish it had a few more bells and whistles that you would find on some of the premium competitors out there. Specifically things like semi-active electronic suspension. The Africa Twin has that. The Ducati Multistrada, of course, has skyhook suspension, which is just amazing. The V-Strom has adjustable manual suspension, but electronic would be a huge upgrade. I also miss features on this like adaptive cruise control, heated grips, heated seats would be nice. The TFT display is nice on this, but you could always get bigger. Or some kind of like Apple Play integration. Apple CarPlay is so nice, and it would be great to have that on a bike that you're going to be riding for hours at a time. These are standard or optional features on motorcycles from their rivals in this price class, and for a bike that feels ready for a cross-country road trip, you kind of miss those features. Despite those points though, you really feel planted on this bike, you feel safe, you feel secure. I genuinely believe that I could ride this bike cross-country very easily. It's truly capable long-distance machine. But personally, given the price point and the features, I can't help but feel like I might like something more like the Africa Twin or a Multistrada, of course. I mean, Multistrada's in a whole different tier as far as I'm concerned. But they both offer a different level of refinement and technology for almost the same amount of money. So who is this bike for? This is, in my opinion, a fantastic bike for a long distance touring rider who wants to do like all day kind of comfort, upright riding position, something super reliable that isn't going to have cutting edge electronics. It's just going to work. If you want a dependable workhorse that's actually kind of nimble for its size and can just chew up those highway miles and those light adventure roads, the VStrom 1050 would be a perfect choice. So what are your thoughts on the VStrom 1050 DE, especially if you've ridden it or other adventure bikes? Let me know in the comments below, please, because I'm always looking for that different perspective. I ride sport bikes. I'm looking for an adventure bike. I thought this was going to be the one for me, and it kind of wasn't. So don't forget to like the video if you found any of this information helpful or entertaining, and please remember to subscribe for more motorcycle first ride videos, reviews, and adventures. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe. Later.